Hello, Jonathan. Thank you for welcoming us here at your booth at Watches and Wonders. And first of all, congratulations on the world record.
Thank you so much. Very happy with Bvlgari. First to be inside Watches and Wonder. It's been discussion to have the right location for our brand, and we're very thankful for Watches and Wonder to together with us having found this space. It's 1,000 square meters of pure Roman architecture, and we're very glad to welcome you here.
And first time Bvlgari is participating in Watches and Wonders.
Exactly. It's the right time. I think Bvlgari watchmaking has been a decade of outstanding success with records, with surprises, with design, and finding again this perfect space was for us a huge and immense pleasure. Very happy.
So let's talk about watches. You came for first year and straight away with the world record, the Octo Finissimo Tourbillon, the super slim tourbillon, 185 millimeters. Can you tell us about the specificities?
Yes. The Octo saga started in 2014. So it's 10 years of continuous innovation. It's 9 movements launched. It's 6 world records that we still hold today. This is the 10th one. Always coming with new complications, exploring all the possible complications with this idea of always going into miniaturization, being in thinness, being in size with some of our latest movement, Piccolissimo. What Bvlgari has been about is about miniaturizing all our components and movements, and this is 10 years of outstanding innovations, and coming again with a world record, going into one of the most iconic complications, which is the tourbillon. For us was the only thing we could do for the importance of Watches and Wonder, and the Ultra Tourbillon is all about that. It's reshuffling completely the structure of the tourbillon. It's 8 patents on the watch itself, 6 that are specific to this tourbillon version. This is simply the pinnacle of what we could do in thinness, and I'm very proud of all the teams that have worked on this outstanding record.
So what was the biggest challenge of creating this tourbillon? I know that you used also the materials that you used before for Octo Finissimo. Can you tell us more about this, please?
I think that every piece was a challenge. You need to imagine that going into that level of thinness, 8.85 millimeter for the entire watch, is comparable to 1.95 only for the previous Finissimo Tourbillon. So the level of change we had to manage was huge. We reviewed like literally the full structure of the watch, from the tourbillon cage, from the glass itself and how the tourbillon is positioned towards the glass. It's also the bracelet, because you need to imagine that 1.85 millimeter for a watch requires also a new way to think simply the bracelet. So it has been, a constant push of all the boundaries, of all the innovation, patents, in order to come with something that literally nobody had ever done.
Yeah, we can see behind you the picture of the watch, and you eliminated the crowns. There's a certain innovation in this term.
What is important in this watch is that it's a functioning watch. So crowns indeed are not there. However, you still have everything that makes a watch. So you can recharge it completely. You can adjust the time directly on the watch with no tool, and that makes really this watch very specific, because at that level of thinness, the challenge for us was to make a watch that can be worn every day without any other tool to make it work. That was the challenge.
So it's very robust as well.
Yes, I mean the platine is in carbide tungsten, so the solidity of this material is one of the strongest that we can find in nature to actually manage that level of pressure and the level of thinness that we had on the main platine.
So you actually merged the main plate with the case back to make this, to get this thinness, but still you have like 42-hour power reserve, which is incredible.
Yes, that was also one of the challenge. The power reserve is slightly less than the cost that we had before, simply because the tourbillon consumption is higher. However, it's still a 4 hertz, so it can very high level of oscillation, and having that level of power reserve for the thinness was for us one of the big challenges we had.
And we also mentioned that you're not only the first time here, but you bring in also a Serpent collection here,
Yes.
like the year of Serpent. Can you talk a little bit about the new Serpenti?
Yeah, that's a very important one to our heart because we need to remind ourselves that Bvlgari is a jeweler. That's our DNA. That's how we're born. Watchmaking for Bvlgari was also born in the snake. 1948, the first Bvlgari watch was inspired from the Serpenti and the snake itself, and it's been decades of history linked with the Serpenti. And here we're coming with a new design, which is slightly more, I would say, less figurative, I would say. The snake is slightly more stylish. It's an approach which is thinner and lighter in the way the snake is approached. That's the outstanding creativity of Fabrizio Bonamassa, who came with this idea of coming with a new version of this snake. And for us, it's an outstanding, successful journey. I think it's the year of the snake in 2025, and more, we're very, very happy to have Serpenti as being the main icon of Bvlgari. Bvlgari, Serpenti, Serpenti is Bvlgari. That's the alchemy that today is happening, and I'm sure that the Aeterna version is going to be another step into that.
And what type of mechanism are we talking about?
So in the Aeterna, it's a quartz movement because we're not shy about it. We also have very jewel-inspired watches, and notably for ladies, we are fully at ease by having quartz in some of our creations, simply because it's a jewelry watch, a jewel-inspired watch. However, as you may know, we also launched automatic movement in the Serpenti family. Earlier this year, as part of the AVMH Watch Week, we redesigned completely a new lady solo tempo movement. So it's a self-winding, miniature movement that is encapsulating in the head of the snake that we have on Seduttori and on Serpenti line to offer to ladies, what they are actually interested about. Whether a quartz, if you're looking for jewelry-inspired everyday watch. However, we see more and more ladies interested into mechanics, interested into movements, and we felt that designing our own movement in-house with the Solo Tempo was a tribute again to those ladies and those women who are and willing to have mechanical watches like husband, like fathers, and we love it.
So maybe we'll soon see the Octo Finissimo female version.
That's a big question. No, I think it's one belief I have is versatility. I think watchmaking now is moving towards a lot of versatility. We see men wearing smaller watches, ladies wearing men's watches, and that's very interesting for us. Very interesting because we have with Bvlgari a lot of icons, being the Octo, being the Serpenti we can play with, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but you will see surprises still coming for the next months and years with Bvlgari watch.
Okay, we will be looking forward for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.